All right. So, I'm going to be continuing the MSQ. We basically just got to the second half of Kozamauka. We finished the dungeon, came up here, did a few cutscenes, and we are ready to continue. I'll probably need a little bit to get my voices back on track, as it is first thing in the morning. Let's see, we've got Alphino. I have some small experience with the pressure of leadership and crumbling beneath its weight.
Chaos.
Right, I forgot those are still playing. I'm technically on the wrong scene.
SGL_.
I'll let that one play out.
With Prime.
Thank you for the 4 months. Thank you for the Prime sub. That's not the right one. Is it? Oh, I changed it when I was working yesterday. That's right. Hold on. I'll fix it. On the other side. Here we go. That's better. There we go. No, I mean, obviously, I've played past certain points. So I already know where I'm going, location-wise. I have some small experience with the pressures of leadership and crumbling beneath its weight, as you well know. If anything good can come from my failures, I hope it is my capacity to help others avoid similar mistakes. It doesn't matter if Uklamat's scared of alpacas or gets sick on boats. It doesn't change who she is or what she means to the people. I'm glad we could take a moment to talk things through. Uklamat seems much happier for it. I am ready to move on. All right, I think I got the basis of the voices. The Moblin settlement of Earthen Shire is not far from here, but be warned, the road we'll be taking is a favored hunting ground for bandits. Wait, I gotta hear his voice again. I'm trying to think back to the trailer. Hold on. Enjoying yourself for a change? With the stairs currently impassable, there will be fewer travelers, meaning the brigands will be desperate for victims to ambush. Although considering present company, I suppose my concern is unwarranted. Bandits on the road? What have Zoro John the Landsguard been doing? Seems it's up to me to restore order to the area. And off she goes again. For now, we'll head west and aim for the bank of the second river. Yeah, I gotta hear his voice. I've got it in my head, but not first thing in the morning. Ardwin, thank you for the subscription. Yeah, it's one of those. I wish I had started with hearing his voice. You and your adventures. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to just like channel the cutscene. This cutscene voice. Easier said than done, especially when you gotta juggle 5 or 6 different voices. Generally, I just have to repeat it over and over again, but easier said than done. Enjoying yourself for a change? You and your adventures. I take it you have not forgotten the true purpose? Yeah, there's a little bit of rads in there. Shift, thanks for the 8 months. Welcome back. Oh, I need to grab my currents. Oh, the first one's just straight to the... There's one to the south as well, but I remember that. Hello, fellow MSQ goer. No, it's got not his accent is the concern. Well, where are the bandits? Apparently, they're not foolish enough to attack a party of this size. Earthen Shire is just a little farther ahead, on the opposite bank of... Miyakabekizoma. Miyakabekizoma. There you go. It's actually not that bad. Miyakabekizoma. Let's remain vigilant all the same. Field operations probably wouldn't be for another 9 months to a year. You're looking at? Yeah, I tried selling my vouchers for Fates, and they just kept getting undercut. They're probably going to continue to get lower and lower until they're about 100k. Probably less than 100k. It was so much of a pain. I was just like, no, I can't. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to collect them for myself. Stormy, thank you. Thank you again, Ashuman. Thank you again for those 5 earlier. Yeah, I sold the Endwalker. I mean, that's where they've been holding since like 2 weeks into the expansion. Endwalker bicolor vouchers were 100k really quick. Again, about 2 weeks in. They've stayed at that for the last couple of years. Source, I was collecting them. I was even buying them when they were under 100k. If I saw one for like 90, I was grabbing it. Yeah, I sold the Endwalker ones while I was waiting to get the rank ups to buy the Dawntrail ones. Every time I look at my character. This is it. The village where the Lady of Pots from Tuliolal saga took place. Earthen Shire. Idle Shire. Might the similarity be a cultural inclination, I wonder? The settlements themselves couldn't be more different, though. This Shire appears custom-built to resemble pots, while the other is a repurposed town. Listen, the last time I went to a town made of pots, Alice, it didn't go so well.
Welcome to Earthen, Shire. I have the pleasure of happy greeting the third promise and her retinue.
For you are the pots. That's us. We're looking for the Dawn Servant's Elector, if you happen to know who that is.
You are exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Ridderrock is the Elector you seek.
Oh, that's helpful. We can go straight to performing the feat.
As much as Ridderrock would like to do just that, we have much more pressing worry. The storm which hit our village shattered the cliffs and dropped rocks in our brain cases. Many helphands for the pots one were injured. There's no time for feats of metal tests.
I'm sorry to hear that. After learning what the storm did to the stairs, I feared you'd be caught in its path. Not to change the subject, but what are potsworn? Goldsmiths contracted to work for the Moblins. The word comes from the pot-like workshops where they practice their craft. The Moblins provide these potsworn with tools, materials, living quarters, everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on producing what is widely known as the finest gold and metalwork in Tural. This is unacceptable. I was promised no distractions. This is the best they can offer. Should never have left Wachu Meki Meki. Don't worry, I'd be scared looking at me too.
You see? The pots won't desert us. Without enough healthy help hands, we are failing to uphold our side of the pot pact. Should all of Botswan leave, Earthenshire will grind to a halt. We have to do something, and do it soon.
Then let us stand in for the injured helpers. Give me the chance to learn more about your people and your village. If it brings us closer to beginning the feat, then all the better. No, I can do, Bane.
I was born in the darkness, molded by it. By the time I did not see the light until I was a man, and by then it was blinding.
This isn't strictly part of the contest, so don't feel obligated to join in. Take a rest while you can.
Yes, the fire rises.
I could use a nap. I feel that. I was hoping you'd say that. I actually wasn't sure I could do this on my own. We'll all help. I doubt any of us could just sit around and watch.
We'll take every help hand we can get. Redirect truth swears that once the craftsmen have their perfect workshops again, we will commence the feat with all haste. You and the third promise can assist help hand Rakarak. You other four follow Redirect. There are other help hands in need of hand lending.
I didn't plan this. I just looked over and said, that's the solution. I really appreciate you pitching in. I meant what I said in many fires. There'll be no more feigning strength. No more playing at being the invincible promise. If there's one thing I've learned on this journey, it's how practiced you are at aiding those in need. And I mean to make the most of having such an incredible mentor at my side. Now let's find this Rakarok fellow and see what we can do for him. Let's do it. Let's also grab this Aetheryte before I forget. You can't be on the go. That's betrayal. We need the golden alpaca. Full-blown betrayal. I can't wait till we have the golden alpaca is definitely going to be 50 million gil.
Rakarak can't meet his obligations without my help hands. The pot pact is broken and the pots are emptying. You've come to aid Rakarak? Rakarak accepts your hand lending with joyous field smiles. If we can accept the potsworn their promised good living, we might save the day yet.
Whatever you need.
Rakarak needs his new help hands to create good living for the potsworn Kahi. The help hand assisted to Kahi was hurt during the Iraq rain, so Rakarak took over, but he knows nothing of Kahi. What does Kahi want? What does Kahi need? Help hands do not bother the potsworn with straight tasks. Our job is to observe and anticipate, to prepare things with guest think. Please guest think with Rakarak. Find out what Kahi is lacking so that we can provide it.
You can count on us. Let's do it, Wuklamat. Gypsum, thanks for the 9 months. Welcome back with the Prime. This is where Karhi works, is it? Well, let's take a peek inside then. It's hot. It's too hot in here. We need to make it cooler. That must be Kahi. It'd be a lot quicker if we could just talk to him. But that's not the way they do things around here, apparently. We'll have to leave him be and try our hand at some guest think. He's hot. We can clearly see he's hot. And not just because he's a good-looking dude. This is an alt. There's no New Game Plus for Dawntrail yet. I didn't even mean to click that. He has no shortage of crafting materials. There must be something he's missing. He must be boiling sitting so close to the furnace. There's no airflow to speak of. How could anyone work in that stifling heat? I think you said stuffing heat. Those tools look pretty worn down. Maybe it's time for some new ones? He's barely touched his meal. That dish is meant to be eaten hot, or it loses its savor. Well, we've got our answers. Alright, after taking a good look, I think I have an idea of what things Kahe might want to improve his working conditions. Let's get back outside and talk to Rakarok. Hey, here it comes again.
You've made your observations. What did you guess think?
First off, I noticed Kai hasn't touched his food, and an empty belly can't be good for his concentration. Maybe the cooking isn't to his liking?
But our food is very mouth-pleasing. Why wouldn't you want to eat it? But Rakanaka is sure of nothing when it comes to Kai's taste.
I can help you with that. My brother Koana is of the Hitsaro, and while everyone has their personal preferences, there are some things they tend to share. Like an aversion to piping hot dishes. If it was brought to him like that, Kai probably wouldn't have been able to eat until it cooled down. By the time he came back to it, he might have found it cold and unappetizing. Simplest solution is to serve dishes that taste good no matter the temperature.
Rakanaka would never have thought of that. But a third bonus by explaining these things to a cook.
Not at all. But I don't think that was the only reason Kahe couldn't concentrate. The Hitsaro homeland is hot and dry, but even Kahe seemed to be suffering in front of the furnace. Is there any way you could cool down the workshop?
Oh, we could try a drafty shower. That makes a lovely breeze.
Do you know where we can get one of those?
You can gather them from the shoals of no return. There are many old boats there, abandoned by those who gave up on their search for the Golden City.
So we salvaged them from the wrecks. Can you handle that for us, Slaka? Oh, and one more thing. From what I could tell, Kahe's files and saws and things are all very worn down. Maybe a new set of tools is in order.
Rakanaka was too preoccupied with stacking materials. A serious oversight which you will rectify. Supplying good tools for good living is Helphand's responsibility.
Then we have all the work to do. We can meet back here when our tasks are done.
The shoals of no return are past the crags, through a tunnel to the southeast of here. You should be able to spot the passage from just outside the village.
Easy. We'll have some job buffs in 0.01 and some in 0.05. I very much enjoyed everything so far. A little more fighting would probably be good, but I don't personally mind. I don't personally mind. I've kind of forgot what Koana speaks like already. I mean, he has the accent. That's it. You're Slaka, aren't you? What brings you out here? I have to hear his voice again. Ah, the issue with caring for Patswan. When they approached me with the same problem, I suggested they commission artisans in Sharlayan instead. The quality of craftsmanship would be guaranteed after all. However, the Moblins did not care for the idea. Surely it would be more effective to engage in a uniform trained collective. I cannot understand the fixation on individual contracts. Perhaps the custom will make more sense once we begin the feat of pots. Until then, we've been deemed unfit to assist in the matter of help hands, and are instead tasked with tending the injured. We were on our way back from procuring herbs for Urionje, in fact. Settlements in Kozamuka, too, have been isolated by the storm's destruction. What would have become of the wounded had we not found our way here? Should I become Dawn Servant, one of my first acts will be to establish reliable trade routes to the capital, when I imagine how much good we can achieve with Sharlayan technology. Even Thancred's like, stop trying to fix everything with technology. My apologies. I have much to consider. If you will excuse us. We will meet again soon, I'm sure. Take care, Slaka. Gotta get my coffee. You spot the tunnel opening. Let's go. It's funny because for us, we're just like, man, those Charlian people they're kind of jerks the whole time. And we only, like, eventually got through to them once we learned the truth. What bow is that? It is the Tombstone bow, actually. The level 90 660 bow. It's actually one of the better Criterion Savage weapons, too, in my opinion. The bar, like, I don't have the Criterion Savage token on this character, but it makes the bird glow with, like, a little song around it. There's, like, a bird at the top right here, and it, like, glows with a little song around it. And it's actually, I think it's one of the better looking Criterion Savage weapons to boot. I don't know why I'm not riding a mount, but still. But yeah, it's definitely one of the better boats. Better boats. Sorry, I was looking at this boat. Better bows that we got last expansion, I think. Hi, Aloha. No, Aloha, I already played with you this morning. I deliberately went out of my way to play with you extra this morning. No. Boat job, when? I was just looking at a boat. It's not my fault. No, portals for new maps aren't until Savage comes out. However, if you collect them now, you can use them later. Where is the next nearest compass? Oh, it's the one that's over by the escort area. Yeah, the ones you collect now will have the ability to spawn portals later.
Is that a cool breeze Ragnarok feels? Yes. Thank you for seek finding a drafty shard. Ragnarok will add it to the new set of tools he brought.
And I come bearing good food tidings. The cook has prepared a feast fit for the most discerning Hetsaro. And it's on its way even as we speak. Hurry before he leaves. Let's go in and see what Kai thinks of our efforts. Sounds like he's chomping away. Living his best life. I was wondering what occasion called for me to receive so many visitors. A fine meal, new tools, and a welcome source of cool air. Now I remember why I signed a pot pact. I know he should technically have the accent to the area, but I didn't have any for him. Hold on, let me see if I can do it. I am grateful for your kind considerations. Allow me a moment or two, and I'll reciprocate with a peace worthy of the Botsworn. Thank you, Josiah, for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. An oil lamp to brighten the halls of Valak Shunsa. The craftsmanship satisfies the Earthen Shire's reputation for quality, I trust.
Such luster, such brilliance, truly a gift fit for the Dawn servant.
Glad you like it. Considering the time I've wasted till now, I hope to continue crafting at this improved pace. I have a contract to fulfill after all. Yeah, he's having a much better life now. Not my guy, though. My guy can't have a better life. Look at him. Forgive my interruption. Lamati, I am told the Elector has deemed the crisis past and is prepared to task us with defeat. That's great news. Thank you for letting me know. this is the craft of the potsworn. It is indeed a masterful piece. Thank you for your words of praise, second promise. I drew inspiration from Kozamauka's natural beauty and sought to capture it in my work. I wondered why the Moblins did not simply build a workshop in the city. And now I have my answer. Even Charlian goldsmiths could not easily replicate such exquisite artistry. Hello, Manny. One cannot create great things if one lacks creative impetus. Tuliola, unfortunately, does not want for inspiration. Anyone wishing to learn the basics of a craft would do well to study it there. I was raised among the Hetsaru more traditional than most, and the shared ingenuity of Tural's various peoples was eye-opening. You lived as a traditional Hetsaru. I have few fond memories of the nomadic life. So, he liked it. Thank you, Gonzo, for the 3 months. Welcome back.
Rakarak is very grateful to you. I thank you both for your hard work and clever guesting. When it comes to help finding, knowing the potsworn really is important.
Well, that's true for pretty much everyone you meet. It's a lesson I've had drummed into me several times already on this journey. It's good early impress. So for those who missed earlier, I'm streaming on an extra platform today, and oh, did I never? Oh no, these are old quests. I just didn't accept the new one. I got too excited. Yeah, and one of the few chat messages I have. It's one of those. Can you shout out my friend's birthday? But it's like a name. That like when you say the whole name, it's the Mo effect. It's like Bart calling Mo. Hey, I'm looking for my friend. I think he's at your bar. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be Bard if the current balance stands. Oh.
Thank you for assisting Help Hand Rakarak. She will announce the feat once the other claimants arrive, so please be patient a little while longer.
And it's huge ass here. Hey, see more butts here. I'm happy to report that we were able to convince one of the potsworn to stay. How did you fare? So you managed to do the same. Splendid.
Welcome to Earthen Shire. First promise. We support your plans for Salt Crossing and the new potsworn they will be.
He walked right past you, bro.
Hail the mighty Zoloja. He cleared many piles of rock as if they were pebblestone. The resilient son for Dawn Servant.
Zoloja was clearing fallen rocks. Surprised he would volunteer his time to anything unrelated to the contest.
Well, we meet again. We are blessed.
Just in time for the feat to begin. I bet he was already here, laying low while the rest of us did the work.
Claimants, your attention please. As Roderick has explained, many of our pots left us following the storm. The precious metal are crafted by those artisans bringing much jingly shine from across the salt. Should our stream of trade goods dry up, Shire will suffer. Tuliyola merchants will suffer. So Roderick sets you on this fate. Each of you are to find one clever hand goldsmith to bring back to us.
So we're to recruit new potsworn. Makes sense for the feat of pots. Calling this a feat does not justify taking advantage of the claimants and their influence. How does finding workers for you demonstrate their worthiness of the throne?
You're free to refuse Roderick's request. She'll be happy to inform the Dawn Servant of Zoroja's disqualification.
The right is a means to an end. The step we take to get there are not important.
Then Roderick declares the feat of pots begun. But remember, a pot pack must be agreed to willingly. No grab snatching or deceitful tongue flaps.
Well, you can write. I was gonna say you can write him out then.
The Elector said nothing of taking a willing artisan from a rival. Which is exactly what we must do. A fine suggestion, brother. I'm glad you think so, brother. Come, let us lay our plans.
Just watching his eyes twitch all over the place.
That nasty brute is up to something.
Aye. He may seek to delay us again as he did on the river. We can but remain vigilant while we plot our course. What do you think, Wuklamat? Have you any candidates in mind to satisfy this feat? I know some artisans among my supporters, but they're all in their twilight years. I couldn't ask them to give up the comforts of Tuliyola to live in this remote village, no matter how beautiful the scenery. I can think of one. Meanwhile, Koana probably has 100 young craftspeople to choose from. Not that I'm comparing us, you understand. That's just statement of fact. I suppose we could try asking around Wachumeki. That seems a logical place to start. Back to Tuliyola it is. Wait, does that mean we have to take the boat again? No, I can't do it. I can't stomach another boat ride. You said I should share my burdens, so I will speak plainly. The truth is, I get really, really sick on boats. Yeah, we know. Wuklamat, this is hardly news. But it was brave of you to admit. In any case, we won't be fighting the current this time. Heading downriver will be much smoother. It's the way back up that we're worried about. It will? Are you sure? I'm positive. Mostly. Mostly. Not entirely. Mostly. Yeah, I've enjoyed it so far, Kaze. Good mix of humor and character growth. I need a moment. Upriver or downriver. Ikyu Katumu is too rough for me. Hi, Sarah. I'm still very early in the MSQ, so it's not dangerous to be here. I'm just doing I'm doing all the voices for everything. Yeah, solid world building and character building thus far, which I always like. I never mind the slower parts when that's involved.
Raid.
Hello. Welcome. It's time for you to sleep. The nausea is a bit more bearable now that I've stopped trying to hide it, but I still rather not set foot on a boat if I can help it. Alright, I think I'm ready. Let's see if Master Rupley can help us recruit a potsworn. Well, I didn't watch any of the cutscenes. Now I'm watching all the cutscenes. Don't worry, I know them Aussie times. I've got enough friends on the other side of the Pacific Ocean to be able to keep it in mind. Get some sleep. Thanks for bringing everyone over. Welcome, everyone. I'm doing the MSQ and voicing the whole thing. Has to be a new character. There's no new game plus for Dawntrail yet. Welcome on in. And enjoy the fact that I'm so early in the MSQ, you can all watch. I forgot what voice I did for Ropley. It wasn't quite Tobley. Greetings, Third Promise. What brings you back to Wachu Meki Meki? You've not chipped your axe again, have you? No, Master Ropley. Actually, I have a favor to ask. So what do you think? Do you know of any craftsman who might be interested? Filching my artisans for the moblins, eh? Well, seeing as it's the Third Promise making the request, I'm willing to look the other way if one of them decides to take you up on the offer. Only I can't think of a suitable candidate off the top of my head. Who do I know with a mastery of goldsmith and with no qualms about relocating? I know one! Fantain, come on! He was the first person I thought of as soon as this started. You mean Fantain? He did say he was employed at some fancy jewelry store across the salt. And considering the distance he's already come, I'd like to think he wouldn't mind moving a little up the river. That said, he only just got himself a new job. Is it too soon to ask him to sign a pot pact? There's no harm in making the offer. Once he hears how well the potsworn are treated, he may even jump at the chance. Either way, you won't find Fantain at his workbench at this hour. He's finished for the day, probably enjoying a meal over at Zibalev Dai. Then maybe we should go and talk to him. Just you and me, since he knows us. Wouldn't want him to feel intimidated by having to deal with a crowd of new faces. The two of us can handle this. Take a rest at the cabins if you like. Look at Wooklamot, deciding she doesn't need a full entourage to get anything done. Right. Let's go see a man about a pot. Listen, I live in California, and if you want to go see a man about a pot here, it's probably going to run you at least $20. That's being generous. It's called a pot pact for a reason. California's got pot packs, edible packs, you name it. I have a friend who is trying to get me to buy edibles, and I'm just like, I don't know any place that has those. Like, I don't do that. And they're just like, I found 12 places near you, and I'm like, wait, you didn't know where I lived? What do you mean you found 12? Oh, slacker. Oh, wait, no, he's got an Eorzean accent, right? You're here too. The Third Promise said she wanted to chat. I've just finished eating, so shall we find a quiet spot outside? Thanks. It's the second compliment on my bow I've received. I sure am, Gao. Can't miss them. Well, I don't look for them. The last time we talked on this beach, you were in a miserable state. Ah, yes, I was, wasn't I? A lost soul until the two of you came along and helped me rediscover my purpose. A new place of employment has been most welcoming, and for the first time in a long time, I feel content with my lot in life. That's wonderful. So what is it you wanted to discuss? Well, it's hard to ask this right after you've settled in, but I'm looking for someone to become a potsworn. I've heard my new colleagues mention the term. That's when an artisan signs a contract to work for the moblins, isn't it? But you're not a moblin. I'm not sure I understand. It's for the feat, for the right of ascension, for the right of succession. I need to bring in a new potsworn to Shire. So that is the way of it. We've barely met, and after pushing you to work at Wachumeki, I'm now demanding you to throw that away and sign a pot pact instead. It's a selfish request, I know. I have something to tell you, Third Promise. The other day, I completed the necessary procedures for immigration. I'm pleased to say I am now official. How did you get it done so quick? How does Tuliolal let that... Bro, it took you like a day and a half. Tuliolal was just like, yeah, come on. That's it. Money, he didn't have any money. The other day, I completed the necessary procedures for immigration. I'm pleased to say that I'm now an official subject of Tuliolal. I've since endeavored to learn what I can of my new nation, beginning with the right of succession and its claimants, including you, of course. Now, you will recall that it was my father's example which led me to pursue goldsmithing. He was at East End when the Gallian forces laid siege to the settlement, and in the ensuing chaos, he was slain. War took him from me in an instant. The man I loved and admired. I never wish to suffer such loss again. And so, as much as I'm indebted to you for turning my life around, it is as a fellow peace-loving Tuliolan that I want to see you win the throne. If I can help you achieve that by signing a pot pact, then I shall gladly do so. Fantain, thank you. I shall return to Master Rupley and inform him of my decision. Allow me. I'm the reason you're leaving, so I should be the one to deliver the news. Yeah, who says he paid with money? True. Perhaps you remember me. Brukovu, owner of Zibalevtai. I'd like a word if you don't mind. You're Wuklamat's ally from across the salt, right? And a hero of some renown, too, if the gossip's to be believed. Well, as it so happens, I could use some heroic help. It doesn't need to be right now, but you could come by when you have a spare moment. Much appreciated. I'll be waiting for you at my shop then. The role quests that I'm not going to do on this character because I can do them on the other one. Bam, 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 bam. Dorps. Dorps indeed. Let's go on course then. Dorps, 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 dorps. It's in the top right. It's not in the drop tab. It's in your profile. Oh, on your phone, I don't think you can see. No, I don't think there's no real way of tracking it, especially if it's across multiple streams. You'll get a pop-up in your inventory when you get it. The easiest way to do it is, if you can see when you got one of the drops at what time, it'll tell you what time you got it. So if you check your if you've gotten one of the drops, you can check the notification time and then go from there. No, you cannot, old son. It'll have to be on a different account. Just refresh, Dino. Master Robley, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but, Fantain has agreed to sign the pot pact, yes? While it is a shame to lose a capable goldsmith, to have one of our own handpicked to serve the third promise is a great honor for Wachumeki. I appreciate your understanding. Of course, if you happen to know other talented artisans, regardless of their expertise, I hope you send them my way. could even be yourself if you're so inclined. I'll keep that in mind. Though my time here was brief, I will not forget your kindness, Master Rupley. I am blessed to have these workshops to be my first home in Tuliolal. Unfortunate, TMR. Come back to us if the moblins cut you loose. You'll always have a job at Wachumeki Meki. I expect you want to leave for Earthen Shire as soon as possible. I'll go and pack my things. What became of Fantain? Were you able to find him? We did, and he's agreed to become a potsworn. We'll leave when he's ready, but you still have a little time. Splendid. We shall meet you anon. I had plenty of reasons to win the contest, but now I have one more. Fantain's putting his faith in me, and I won't let him down. Oh, but cool. Oh, here's the solo trial against Gulool. Right then. I have some things to take care of at the palace. While you can pass the time however you like, I suggest you head back to the cabins. After all, even heroes need rest, and we still have a big journey ahead of us. Let me take this to the cabins instead. Listen, we're gonna have a nice pot packed. Oh, and somebody else asked about the bow. Yeah, it's the 660 tome bow. Welcome back, sir. You've had a Landsguard messenger most anxiously awaiting your return. Slacker of the Third Promises entourage. I've been all over the city looking for you. The Dawn servant summons you to the palace. You are to present yourself to the gate guard stationed outside Sunperch at your earliest convenience. And one more thing. You are not to mention this to Wuklamat. Dad doesn't want Wuklamat to know that I'm being sized up. Oh, do I have a new pair of gloves? Something about... Well, there's 645, I guess. I was just going to wait till I got the 655 gloves. Because my gloves are only 630. It's the only piece that's not 660 on this character, so... Good morning, Micro. The Dawn servant awaits you, Irene. Well, I was not informed of the reason for your audience. In terms of attire, I would suggest full battle regalia. He's got a helmet on. That dude is decked out for a guard. Oh, Gulool. Don't stop there. That's disrespectful.
Forgive me these sudden summons. When I learned my daughter's champion was back in the city, I couldn't resist the opportunity.
He's a big guy.
And they call me head of resolve for good reason. Old as I am, I have not lost a battle worthy of the name since the day I took the throne. and I've been craving a proper challenge. The lance wielder, Estinian, he fought well enough, but our bout was ended before
Well
victory
enough.
could be decided. Judging by the sailors' gossip, you are a warrior of renown in your homeland. Yet I wonder, with all your deeds done and victories won, are you warrior enough to stand against me?
About to find out. Why don't we find out?
A spirited answer. Why not indeed? The battle rages upon me. I'll stop short of killing you, of course. But expect no other mercies. Come! Ready your arms and show me
My
the
arms
truth
are
of
ready.
tales.
See, look. Both arms. Hello, Mr. Gulool.
Give it your all! I want to fight to remember!
I wonder how he feels knowing that I'm a bard with a bow. As he like, I wonder if he's like insulted by the fact that I'm just shooting him the whole time.
Test the waters.
It's like, stop running around, little bowman.
Didn't even blink.
He seems like the kind who would prefer me to not do
You
that.
ever fought a viper?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he said a different line. When you are a viper,
Let's see how you handle this.
when you are a viper, he says, "Ah, I see you've taken up the ways of the viper. You're familiar with the ways of the viper." Or even if you have it unlocked, I guess. I figured you probably had to be a viper for the fight.
The spearman did not lie.
Because I did this fight as viper the first time. Oh, don't go untargetable. I mean, I have this. Oh my, it stunned me out of it.
Resolve and risen kingdom. All right.
Yeah, one of your heads doesn't work, pal. Yeah, where's report for AFK?
Did you think you had my measure?
Yes.
Take this! Still holding up? We're far from finished.
Listen, he's a blessed. Blessed be strong.
No
Fine by me.
Stay alert!
Sir, I'm just a bard. I don't really have much in the sustain department, so if you could stop autoing me, that would be great. Gotta enjoy this regen that I get from being in a quest. Thank you, sir.
You'll fight well indeed.
I should have done. Whee! I'm gonna step over here. Keeps him out of auto attack range for a little bit. It's a very resilient palace. Well, at least you know now. And knowing is half the battle.
Now we'll see what you're truly made of.
No more running! Alright. I always do both. I always click the button and just spam like 3 buttons.
That will do. You've shown me more than enough.
Bow, bow, bow.
I brought my full strength to bear against opponents before, but you are the first to withstand it. Even with my head of reason asleep, I never expected you to give me so much trouble. Estinian did not exaggerate. You are a force to be reckoned with.
Of how good spirit he is.
Now, a confession. I said I crave a challenge, and that was no lie. But I had another reason for calling you here. I had to judge for myself if you were fit to attend my beloved daughter. In some respects, she is much like me. Hot-headed and prone to rush into danger. But one with your talents could readily dispatch the threats that bar Lamachi's way. Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliola, but a concerned father. Thank you. Then tell me, given your journey together thus far, what is your impression of Lamachi? Whether it be as their promise or just a companion on the road. Speak your mind.
I'm going with 1. She wants to understand the people far more than your other children. They just want to win.
A tactful response, but agreed. She is not ready for the throne. Not yet. Lamachi thinks she understands our many peoples. Their histories, their cultures, their beliefs. But she knows only what she's seen in the capital. And it's not only her who concerns me. Even this early in the contest, you must have realized.
About Dueling Gulool Ja?
As potential rulers, all 4 claimants are lacking. This is why I elected to hold the right of succession. Not to choose a fitting candidate, but to cultivate one. And if no one has impressed me by the end of it, then to no one will I yield my throne. As a parent, I pray that my children rise to the occasion. With outsiders dragged into my game, I am also hopeful that the different perspectives you and your companions have to offer will inspire them to grow. I imagine you in particular have traveled many lands, know many peoples and cultures, loved them and been loved in turn. Guide Lamachi as you think best. Walk at her side and, when needed, push her to walk ahead.
I knew it.
Hi, Wooklamat.
There I was, about to sit down for some of Namika's cooking, when I heard that Papa had sent for you.
Who ratted on me?
You were dueling behind my back, weren't you?
I see there is no point in denying it. You needn't worry, daughter. I took care not to inflict lasting injuries.
What do you mean? You barely inflicted temporary injuries.
You and your ally may return to the contest without disadvantage. No harm done.
I swear, just as I was learning newfound respect for my father. Let's take our leave of this battle-mad oaf before he calls on the rest of my entourage.
Good morning, Gogurt. To ask him to stop hitting you. Listen, that was because of my health. Health isn't the same as an injury.
Watch over her, champion.
I will. I like Gulool. Gulool's been great, though, since his first on-camera with Estinian earlier.
Koana's recruits are no less sharp, as one might expect of Galof's countrymen. They saw the flaws in our claimants from the outset. The other two, though, they dismiss comrades willing to point out their shortcomings, and no good can come of it.
I love my man here. That stash is an atrocity. I know! If he had his way, Papa would keep dueling until the day he dies. Even now, I know only of 3 people who didn't need to get carried away after their bouts. Gulool Ja, your lance-wielding friend Estinian, and yourself. You really do live up to your fearsome reputation. I'm curious, though. Did Papa want anything else from you? Just a sparring partner. Well, if that's all he was... I still haven't had one bite of Namika's food thanks to Papa's nonsense. So I'm gonna go back and finish my plate before I head out. I've otherwise asked everyone to meet at 4 Art Cabins. Come and join us after you've had a moment to recover, eh? I want tacos. Give me tacos. What's going on, Kira? Does this world have health insurance? I'm pretty sure that everywhere that exists is just an emergency room. Yes, it's called healers. Look at my little bird. Look at the little bird. Hello, Fantain. Sorry to keep everyone waiting. Is that it? You're all set to go? I left the Eorzea prepared to travel in search of work, so I had few belongings to begin with. Bidding farewell to my fellow artisans took rather a lot of time, however. Again, I appreciate you making this commitment, Fantain. Shall we depart for Earthen, Shire, then? A word before you go. Hi. Bookevoo, what are you doing here? I spend my days correcting manners, and here I am perpetrating the grave offense of delaying the third promise's departure. Here it comes. Please take up your axe and rend my flesh onto taco meat. Must your demands be so gruesome? Besides, I told you that kind of thing doesn't bother me. Alright then, I won't let it bother me either. What was that all about? I'd come to the city to purchase supplies when I spotted your entourage getting ready to leave. You seek the City of Gold, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. It's the final step of the rite of succession. If you know anything about the subject, I'd love to hear it. Then allow me to be of service. As you know, legends of the Golden City have been passed down in Tyrol for 1,000 years. Yet when it comes to describing the place itself, the stories do not always agree. Some portray it as one might expect, a glittering metropolis of golden towers. Others suggest it is more unassuming and owes the name to a fabulous treasure hidden at its heart. Every telling, however, has a common thread. Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The lesson to be learned from this third promise is that to seek the legend is to court death. I must implore you to proceed with the utmost care. That is all I wish to say. I shall pray for your safe journey. Thank you, Wukevu. Thanks, Wukevu. Thanks, man. What are we to make of these cautionary tales? If every expedition has ended in tragedy, how did the Dawn Servant find the city and return without incident? Seems the legends originated with the Yaqui. Speaking with them remains our strongest lead, I feel. A lead we shall follow in time. But first, let us see Fantain safely into the Moblin's care. Thanks, Sindog, for the Prime sub. Thank you. Meanwhile, in Kozamauka.
Finding a willing artisan was even easier than expected. Many indeed are eager to curry favor with the Resilian Sun, especially if it means sharing the promise of new territories.
Oh, but cool.
Those who prove useful will have all the land they desire.
Such generous words, yet the manner in which he speaks them. If neither wealth nor territory are of value, wherefore does he seek to bring the world to heel?
This scene was in the trailer, so I already knew this
aside.
was here.
Remind me. There was no rule against poaching craftsmen from other claimants. Was there?
Do not be foolish, Gulool Ja Ja.
Foolish would be carrying on with these dull feats when all I need to win are the keystones. And besides, it's long past time I humble this arrogant one-head. The Dawn Servant may have sired you against all odds, but there is nothing blessed about your birth. Only a two-head is fit to rule. Only we are worthy. Draw your weapon! Face me in battle, and learn your place.
About to get destroyed.
A moment, first promise. Leave him alive, if you would. I foresee a use for this nuisance.
too scared to make the first move? Then allow me!
Easy.
But he's just a runt.
Yeah, y'all really don't want the smoke.
My thanks for your restraint.
I can kill him whenever I please.
Your part in this is far from over.
I know, it's only level 92, bro. Homeboy doesn't realize the quest go up to level 100. He did. Come on. I mean, to be fair, but Cool probably doesn't know that. He's not really smart enough to know that. So I got it. We're back. Henry brought with us a willing potsworn. This is Fantain, a talented goldsmith who once worked at Estame's Aesthetics in Ul'dah. Oh.
Wonderful. Impressive. You're the first to return, Third Promise. And with an artisan from across the salt, no less. We welcome you and your unique skills to Earthen Shire. Held Hand will show you to work path.
This is it then. I look forward to hearing you proclaimed Dawn Servant. Thank you, Fantain. I'll be sure not to disappoint you. Nod. Nod.
You have reached met the requirements for the feat of pots. Redrak presents your keystone with joy, smiles, and well-wishing.
Delicious starburst. We've got 3 of the Chaos Emeralds. We still need 4 more. That makes 3.
More potsworn candidates. Come, come. Tell Redrak of your tales.
Another feat accomplished. Another keystone acquired. Oh ho ho. You are doing well. I expected nothing less of Zoro Jaw's esteemed siblings. Your cleverness in particular is most admirable, Second Promise. We must have you apply that Sharlayan knowledge that you so cherish and arm Taro with weapons of Magitech design. In your role as the new Dawn Servant's chief advisor, of course. The tools of war hold no interest to me. I wish only to improve our nation through practical innovations. Foreign powers will think twice about testing our strength once Tuliolol is known for its advanced technology. Just as the Gallian Empire was deterred from invading Sharlayan. That may well be true, but how long will it take Tuliolol to progress to this advanced state? How many years? With a collective commitment to education and hard work, Wait, hold on. Lost the accent. It should not take... keep giving him an Eorzean accent. Keep switching back. With a collective commitment to education and hard work, it should not take so very...
Your way is too slow. Easier to expand our territory and swallow Shire whole.
Conquer other nations through force of arms, and you're looking at a future of uprisings and bloodshed. Yours wouldn't be the first failed empire.
Then we keep fighting until the mounting cost convince them to lay down their weapons. Until all have grown tired of loss.
How would such an outcome bring anyone joy? What you propose is a mockery of peace.
Uruk is a reminder of days long ago. In time before Tuliula, there were no pot packs for the potswoman. It was normal to grab snatch artisans and force them to work for mobbies. Until the day Gulool Ja Ja arrived, the families of the grab snatch pleaded with him, and so he came to Earthen Shire. Mobbies are not a war-make people. We feared death had come for us, but Gulool Ja Ja just wanted to talk.
Be at ease. We are here to trade words, not blows. The gold work crafted in this village is superb. One can tell at a glance the quality of the materials used, the mastery of technique employed. Yet it does not stir the heart. A goblet shaped by bound hands and broken spirit is devoid of luster. Compare that now to the works of a joyful artisan. She pours her very soul into her creations, and they shine like the newly risen sun. Have you not seen this to be true?
And so began the custom of good living. Happy potswan make good works, and good works make mobbies happy.
I gave him a British accent again.
Gulool Ja Ja's words were wise. Joy smiles did indeed bring fine craft and much jingly shine.
So the head of reason was behind forging the pot pacts.
Yes, reason and clever thing changed mobbies' way of life.
The first promise tires of your talk of olden days. He would rather look to the future and to the next feat.
Stop looking at my feet. Don't smile like that. Don't smile like that at all.
We should be getting on as well.
Gulool Ja Ja never did come back, did he?
Do you have a moment, third promise? Rakarak would repay you for hand helping with Kahi. He brings a tale of the Golden City.
Really? I love to hear it.
The towers, the streets, all fashioned from gold. Everywhere you look, every splendor you can imagine. The young, the old, the everyone in between, they live in golden happiness. A city of eternal bliss, forever perched above the clouds.
Everything fashioned from gold, eh? Just imagine everyone living in golden happiness. Now that's the city I like to visit. Excuse me, Rakarot. Where did you hear this particular tale?
From our longtime Yakui friends. They live up in the mountains in Akarpacha.
The giants again. Seems everything is pointing us their way. This feat and everything leading up to it has taught me much about the Moblin way of life. I'd be sad to leave Earthen, Shire, and your joy smiles behind. What that mouth do? My mouth do all sorts of things. Mostly impressions at the moment. Alright, let me do these side quests. Oh, actually, let me voice these. I missed the first line because I skipped through it, but...
The matter is this. Movamak's craft hand is to retire after 11 years.
He slits that he intends to fancy craft one last masterpiece before he does so. But for this, he needs the hand help of a strange face to the village. Anfrey is his name. Always very murky worded with his requests, so Movermak is not sure what hand help he needs. But if you could exchange tongue flaps with him, she would fit.
Ah, well. Movamak. Alright. Movamak. Gotta go with a different voice. Hold on.
She would be very, very happy, feels.
Gotta give her a softer voice. Listen, sometimes you gotta wait for them to tell you what their voice should be like. Yes, I'm Anfroy. Do I... Wait. Are you the friend of the third... Oh, wait, this guy's like old. Look at him. Are you the friend of the third promise? The adventurer from across the water who's asking about the pod packs. Ah, I see. Movamak sent you. I only said I needed the help of a stranger to Earthenshire. Trust her to pick an honest-to-goodness hero. The task I have for you is but a trifling one, but it's very near and dear to my heart. I want you to find out all you can about Movamak. There's nothing untoward about it, I assure you. I'm interested in what she's interested in. Her hobbies, her likes and dislikes, what she holds dear, and so forth. But for certain reasons that I'll share with you later, she can't know this. We've been working together for decades, but now, as my pot pact is about to end, I find that I know next to nothing about her. But perhaps others who work closely with the Moblins might. He wants to appreciate the person who's been taking care of him. Movamak and Anfroy? Yes, I know the pair well. She's famously very protective of him, sometimes even rejecting his patrons outright. It's not that she thinks him unequal to the task, you understand. Quite the opposite, in fact. She knows how exacting his standards are, and how discontented he would be if any work failed to meet them. So anytime a patron attempts to have him lower his standards, or design something different to how he judges best, Movamak will always leap to his defense. As for what she enjoys, well, her delight in Anfroy's creations was not dulled at all in all the years they worked together. I should think she likes nothing more. He can just make something for her.
Uplander want to know what brain tickles Movermak? That's an easy ask.
Movermak never lip-flaps about anything other than her craftsman, Anfrey. She says he is just as good as Trixie Crafter as he is Crafty Tricker, and always playing crafty tricks.
One day, Anthony draws little arrows around the village, showing Patswan how to leave Earthen Shire without help hands eye-catching them. Many love-minded pet fans follow the arrows and leave for a secret hiding place in the woods. Marby's afraid he feels of a disappearing Patswan. Patswan come back all glitter teeth, but help hands are steamers, or steam ears. All except Movamak. She goes around the village saying guilt words to every Mavi for Anthony's sneaky trick. Deep hurt, though, it is clear she has nothing but happy feels to have him back.
Oh, here's another one.
What does Movamak value most? Her Patswan, of course. Hey, Mavi, who says otherwise is a fib speaker. She keeps the treasure he gave her heartside at all times, so she wants lip slip to turn attack. He hasn't a flimsy thought what this treasure might be, but whatever it is, it's sure proof of the friend bond between them.
Clearly they didn't want to voice moblins because every single scene with a moblin in it doesn't have a voice. I just realized that. They did a whole huge voice scene between Dueling Gulool Ja Ja, and then as soon as there was a moblin, they're like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Ah, so you're back. What did you find out? She really thinks that much of me. They say the Moblin Hellbands love nothing more than helping their charges, and it seems it's true. Though it wouldn't hurt for her to show it a little more often. But that's not the only thing you learned, and I thank you for it. You have given me exactly what I need. So I suppose it's about time I told you what I need. What I need it for. The truth is...
It's like a heart that hand helping.
Yes, he is. So I'll thank you for not bothering us. You do remember that I specifically asked you to leave me be until my work was complete.
Always such angry words. Movamak means no bother. Just needs to do daily mob duty, sharpening tools until they sparkly shine.
And I'm telling you, I don't need you to. Not now, anyway. I'm almost retired. All my commissions are already dealt with.
Until the end day of the Pact Pact, Movamak will uphold her part of the Pact Pact. Her Pact part. It is her duty as help hand.
Why do you always have to be so... I'm sorry, Movamak, but I'm going to have to put my foot down. I expressly forbid you from touching my tools until my work with Slaka is finished.
Then Movamak will do as Anfrey asks. That makes her shamefaced. She will hand turn to other duties. If Anfrey needs her, he has only to hail call.
Yeah, we've only heard that. Well, that was a kobold, not a goblin look.
I wish I didn't have to do that. But I'll be needing every one of those tools if I'm to achieve my aim. That aim being to make a farewell present for Movamak. In all the years I've been working here, she's been my guardian angel, answering my every prayer before she even makes it through my lips. Even in these recent times, when the Hellpants have grown far too few for the number of Potsworn, her service hasn't lapsed at all. Now that my service is coming to an end, I wanted to do something just for her, to thank her for everything she's done for me. Yet despite knowing her better than I do myself, I discovered that I didn't really know anything about her at all. I tried to speak with her, to learn what really makes her tick, but she always brushed me off, said that her only wish was as a humble help hand was to see my wishes realized. That got me thinking, perhaps she and the other moblins might be more willing to open up to someone who wasn't bound by the pot pact. Someone like you. And by all gods, the plan worked. I have an idea for her present now. All that remains is to craft it. But without Movamog's help, that might be a little more difficult than usual. If you'd be willing to play a help hand a little longer, and make it worth your while.
Well, funny thing about that is, give me my ether current and I'm leaving. So, you know. See ya. Sure, I'll help. Leaves. Immediately leaves. Listen, he was only asking. He should have asked more firmly.
Danger streets! Danger streets! Vendavak's twinkly craft has gone missing! Vendavak is all around the village, and some say he went to pay a visit to the Imperius, the giant's prey place. The prey place is danger place, full of fiend-munching fiends. If you are a fighter, are you not? Will you swordland for Vendavak and save her dear twinkle crafter from certain doom?
Yeah, Aloha doesn't seem to want me to do that. Aloha's like, don't go! Don't go! No, Bane is...
Ah, yes. I was wondering what would break first. Your spirit or your body?
You're looking for a twinkle crafter. That's me, most likely. I'm one of the Moblin's contracted artisans, specializing in jewelry making. Vendavak was concerned for my safety, you say. How kind of her to send me my own personal guard. I've been ever fascinated by the unique visual language of the Yahui, you see. I often visit this place to bask in its grand, imposing glory. Yet I have never once taken a step beyond this point. The beasts that lurk within are far too dangerous to risk delving any further. But with you on my side, I can finally make a detailed study of the rest of the ruins. Such as what remains of them, of course. 500 years have come and gone since the giants returned to their ancestral lands. They have not been kind to the creations they left behind. Yet some of the larger structures still remain. This oppressive gate, for one. They say the Yahui towered yalms above even the tallest Tibral. But I wonder if their architecture might have played some part in exaggerating those tales. Sheer sense of scale serving to inflate the giant's own. But enough speculation. Let us press on. We have much to discover.
I like the way that it just hops at me. I have to go this way for an ether current anyway.
Pillar of stone overlooking the nave. Fascinating, isn't it? The simple combinations of geometric shapes naturally draws one's eye to the center, all while maintaining a delicate balance. As the sun traversed the sky, so too would the shadows of the towers above paint patterns on the ground below. And not just any pattern. Oh no, calculations. Every stone cut in place with mathematical precision, divining the movement of the stars and the changing of the seasons. A triumph of both form and function. True artistry. But wait, what's that over there, by the cliff's edge? Quickly with me.
Alright, he wants me to go this way, then I'll double back southwest to get the current. Obviously, aliens. Hey, what did this? Probably aliens. Probably. It's through Stormblood fighting.
Thank you, and forgive me for racing ahead like that. I was so absorbed in examining every ilm of the place, I clean forgot the reason I'd never done so before. But if anything is worth risking one's life for, it's surely this. Just look at this tower. It's a work of art. To the untrained eye, it might appear little more than a pile of stone, but look at how each brick is cut in position perfectly to align with its neighbor. And not a drop of mortar to hold them in place. The engravings, too, surely have some religious significance. They certainly inspire reverence in me. Yes, inspiring reverence. That's the thing. Why else would the giants build their temples upon the cliff top? Not to make daily proof of their predominance over those who dwelled in the plains below. Those who were beneath them in every way. One cannot help but admire them. That their creation should awe and exhilarate us even now. Centuries since they've been gone. Thank you, my friend. My passion for jewelry craft has been cooling of late, but now I am positively burning with inspiration. The Yokui's creations can echo through the ages, and so can mine. To Earthen, Shire, and eternity.
Let me go grab this current real quick. Let's see. Is that working? Huh. Yeah, that was strange. I think it's back. Yeah, I guess the service I was using just had a hiccup. Because, yeah, I went offline on everything. So, funny thing, I didn't go offline on TikTok because I wasn't using it for that. So that made it really easy to figure it out. Let me just fix things. Make sure that it all works well enough. Sorry about that. And let me just make sure it's working on everything. Worst ether current ever. No, there's one ether current that really annoyed me. All right. We're back. All right, hopefully it stays that way. Apologies for that. Yeah, TikTok was the one thing that that didn't go down because I wasn't using it for that. Yeah, that's true. Going after this one did disconnect me. Wouldn't that technically make it the worst one? This one had extra strength and not the Tylenol. I actually need to turn on the AC. It's getting hot. It's like 100 degrees for the last week. All right. I'm still getting it. Well, if you're talking about your rewards, then yes. I might as well just teleport. Save time. Oh, yeah, we're back. Sorry about that. They put 1 foot forward. I had one the other day, but I think it was a stray Alhaya. Oh.
Big thanks for bringing Twinklecrafter back to...
I don't remember his voice. Oh, yeah.
Big thanks for bringing Twinklecrafter back to us. Not only is he safe and well, but full of mine fruit. He says he found it in the giant's prey place. This need for mine fruit is common amongst the Potsworn. Some try to find it in history, some in nature, and some even in firewater. It is our side of the pot pack to keep them well supplied with it, a duty that is a constant source of brain pain.
But oh, the ideas they come up with when they have it. Such fresh thinking. Vendava can't wait to see what our friendly Twinklecrafter Wanglecrafts next.
Thanks for the ether current, bruh. You know what's funny about the Ninetales? I have all the mounts to pick up my Ninetales, and I have not done it. Just haven't gone and gotten it. Right, we should see and go and see the giants next. Agreed. Golden mysteries notwithstanding, their village is featured prominently in the saga and is not to be ignored. The Urkopachan Highlands should be easy enough to reach from here. If we leave Earthen Shire from the west, there's a road which leads up to the mountains. Let's find that first. It does take 2 seconds. It just doesn't matter to me compared to the other ones. I know I'll have to come back and do that other quest down here later. So I'm going to leave that other ether current for now. Yeah, there's like one here too, I think. Well, this character wouldn't have... Actually, this character... No, this character doesn't have Ozma, I don't think. No, I don't. Bam, 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 bam. Looks like the trail is going to get steep from here on in. I hope everyone is ready for some climbing. Third promise. I'm glad I caught you. Vedraka sent me to bring you back to the village. She says there's something she forgot to give you. Something other than the keystone. Yes, an item of great importance, or so I was told. It shouldn't take long if you would please follow me. I wonder what this is all about. Well, no need for everyone to come. I'll be back in a little while. I don't trust. Let's go back. This is taking quite a while. Just keep waiting for now, I suppose. Perhaps there were complications. Let us wait a little longer. This is getting a little ridiculous. Did she get lost on the way back to find us? But how? There's only one road. I wouldn't underestimate Wuklamat's sense of direction, or lack thereof. Fortunately, she has a link pearl. Let's see what's keeping us, shall we? She's not responding. Perhaps we should all return to Earthen Shire. 'Twas Redderock who had business with her, yes? Except that that guard wasn't sent by Redderock. Every time, I have just a few of my favorite mounts from my other character on this character, so whenever I have them here, it's just like most of the time. All my raid mounts.
Back again so soon?
We've come looking for Wuklamat. Did you not send someone to fetch her?
Veronak did not. Neither has she seen the third promise since you were last here.
Then who was it who the man came for? Oh, I thought you'd left already. Where is Lamachi? Is she not with you? You don't know where she is? How could you let this happen? How could you let this happen? That thou shouldst worry about thy sister is understandable. Yet rather than assign blame, thine energies are better spent on locating her. I will help you search. This is not how I'd wish a fellow claimant to lose their contest. My sister least of all. In that case, dividing our forces will allow us to cover more ground. Saka and I should work together at least. The better to facilitate communication between our groups. Then the rest of us will split up. Report in should you find anything. We'll be on our way as well. Right. Keep in touch. Come. We should begin our search. Bam, 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 bam. I did at one point, Rajan, yes. It's come back, however. If Lamachi was returning to Earthen Shire from the west, then she should have passed through here. Except Redrock swears she didn't see her. In which case, it is entirely possible that Lamachi never made it back to the village at all. The only way to be certain is to ask the sentry stationed at the opposite entrance. Ask away we shall. Gonna be 93 soon. It's nice actually having all my rested. Oh, those were hands? I'm actually gonna use those. I have 630 hands. Might as well replace them with something a little better. I know exactly which one you're talking about, Jay.
The third premise. Moby has been standing at his post with diligent eye watchings. He has seen no claimants pass this way.
What of Tonewawat's brightly colored hair?
Moby knows something of this one. He hears tongue flaps about a Pelu peddler in Many Fires who was attacked by a crazy hair bandit on the road.
A bandit, you say? Thank you. You've been most helpful. My sister is clearly not here. Though I wish it were otherwise, we must consider the possibility that a Tawatan messenger and brigand described by the sentry are one and the same. That Lamachi is in very real danger. Come, let us hurry to Many Fires. I'd like a word with this peddler should they still be around. My man walks off, I just teleport. He'll still beat me there, but that's besides the point. He's cheating. Yeah, he's just walking out of combat range to teleport. Was there something I could help you with? I'm told you were the victim of a bandit attack. Could you recount exactly what happened? My goodness, I thought I recognized you. I'll tell you everything I remember, second promise. It was that scoundrel Waukesa who ambushed me. You know the name of your attacker. There's no mistaking that hair. All my peddler friends have stories of that notorious bandit leader and his predations. Wakisa and his gang will stoop to any low for the sake of a few pel. With no fresh quarry coming up the broken stairs, they've had to become more creative. Little wonder he went after Lamachi. He likely thinks to ransom her for a royal sum. I expect he'll soon make his demands. But I don't intend to wait. We'll find this villain first and deliver his promised payment in person. What say you to a small deception? I will assume the role of a well-to-do merchant to lure Wakisa out of hiding. Then when he comes sniffing about, we catch the rat by the tail. An excellent plan. I have just the right garments for your disguise, at a specially discounted price, of course. A brush with bandits hasn't dampened your mercantile spirit, I see. Very well. I accept your generous offer. Looking good, Koana. Now we lay the bait. I will precede you into many fires to make my presence known. You follow on behind, boasting to those along the way how you paid me a hefty purse in exchange for a rare gemstone or some such. If Wakisa is as coin-hungry as they say, then a recently enriched peddler should be an irresistible mark. We let him strike, and then we spring our trap. Time to play our plans. Following. Go right ahead. There, that's the brawl fellow. Share with him how happy your imaginary deal with me has made you. Once you've put on the appropriate display, we can continue to our next performance. Oh, I'll show him how happy I am. Well, technically this character is not Mr. Happy. But I'm Mr. Happy. And don't you forget it. Madge?
A rare gemstone from that Hitsaro merchant, you say? I envy the profit he must have made from such a sale. Since the stairs were destroyed, I've not been able to peddle goods at my usual haunts.
I am Happicus, however. Maximum Happicus. Maxa Happicus.
A good start, but I would make certain Wakisa is aware of me. Let's continue.
Nevix, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you.
That moblin over there looks amenable to conversation. The stage is yours, Slaka.
Ah!
The Hitsaro sold you a sparkle stone for your collection. Well, that explains your giant joy smiles. Mobby is happy for your happiness. Mobby is also jealous of the merchant and all the jiggly shine he must have made.
That should be enough, but perhaps one last act to drive it home.
Dark Souls Death Scream.
Ah!
Oh, what did he say?
Do you see that cheerful Pelu? Tell him the tale of your precious gemstone, and then we'll be done with this part of the charade.
How nice to see a smiling face. Care to share the reason for it? I've heard nothing but mumblings and grumblings since that storm passed through. Aha!
passing peddler had the very gemstone you sought for your collection. That is a stroke of luck, and I'll wager the merchant was just as pleased to fill his pockets with your grateful coin, eh?
See, you say Dark Souls Death Scream. All I think of is curse you, Baal! Anyway.
And I'm inspired to go and earn some pel of my own. Who knows? Maybe opportunity will find me. Even if it's found you. If it's even found you. Ah, my most valued customer. The profit from that single purchase of yours shall see me through the weeks of idle leisure. Traveling with such a fat person, no sellswords is tempting fate, so I shall make Earthenshire my last stop and then return forthwith to Tuliolal. Did you see? The rat has come for a nibble. You played your part to perfection, Slaka. A man of many talents, just as Thancred and Urianger described. Now let us lure Wakesa out and spring our trap. 93. Let us execute the final stage of the plan. I will set out towards Earthenshire alone and unarmed, the better to sell the act of a defenseless merchant. Assuming Wakesa is watching, he will likely wait for some quiet stretch of the road before accosting me. I'll be relying on you to follow closely behind, remaining hidden until the time comes to spring the trap on our bandit king. Just remember, we need him alive.
Hello, Philip. Good morning.
Hook, line, and sinker.
What a sucker. A stinker. All the S's. Luckily, I've already done this quest once before, so it can't bother me. Until I screw it up despite that. Hey, it's hot here in California, too.
I hear business has been good to you, Master Merchant. How about you share some of them profits? And by some, I mean every coin you have.
There are more imposing ways to make an appearance, me.
You're the gemstone collector. Oh, I see what this is. We've been tricked. Spit in your eye. Men, kill these Vidral. Slippery vermin. We'll have to interrogate his underlings instead. If you would be so kind, Slacker, pray leave them capable of speech.
Oh, I actually have enough of it. Sorry. Shep 50. Thank you for the Prime sub.
I was hoping to talk with your boss, but I suppose you three will have to do.
Wait, that's the second promise. What do you want from us?
Think I'm scared of a fancy title? I'll take your royal ears as a trophy as soon as I get free of these ropes. I know your gang is behind my sister's abduction. Tell me where she is. Eat pack of shit, salt lover. You'll get no answers from us. That's right, we don't serve you. Do not play games with me. Where is Wuklamat? I am fast losing patience. Talk now or die. The choice is yours. We were hired to nab the third promise, that's all. We don't know where they took her. Hired? By whom? We weren't told that either. Only Wakase knows. He's the one who took the job. Well, it seems we needed their leader after all. Once I've arranged for the Landsguard to take custody of these criminals, I'll call on Tancred and his tracking skills. Perhaps you could pursue Wakesa in the meantime. The bandit was running in an easterly direction. Should you locate him, I suggest you shadow him rather than force a confrontation. He might lead us to where Lamati is being held. Now for the quest everybody loves. You know what was funny? The first ever time I did this, you know why I failed it? I didn't see where the NPC started because I skipped the cutscene. So I didn't see this part where it shows you where he is. So I was just looking around like, well, where the hell is he? How can I follow him if I don't know where he... And then I saw him. I was like, oh, he's over there. Yeah, I know. He'll never see me. For the Twitch campaign, you can see it by clicking on your profile on the top right. Not the inventory or drops page. Your profile. Yeah, I'll still take this over the Garlean stealth quest any day. This one's nothing compared to that one. Honestly, I don't have that many large mounts on this character. Probably the behemoth. Thank you. I love Prime. I like all things. This next one is hiding behind the rock, I think. Not even this one, the next one. He'll never know. Yeah, I played all the Fizz ranged in the extremes. Yeah, he'll never see me like this. Impossible.
I think that at 2.5, I'd probably enjoy playing Machinist the most. But the realistic fact is that you're going to be 2.47 most likely right now, and Bard plays the best at 2.47. Machinist isn't that bad at 2.47. At 2.44, which is where I actually am right now, it's really bad. Machinist and Dancer at 2.44 is torture. I don't know. Where is he, man? Be careful. You might be being followed. Quest ends right here. Finally, my money. Give it to me now. The Landsguard may be hunting us already. Calm yourself. We had our own troubles finding a suitable hideaway. Right. We're finished. Take your prize and leave me out of the rest. Such hostility. You were hurting for coin, and I offered you gainful employment out of the kindness of my heart. Kindness. You brought a blackened tempest upon us. One look and I could tell that man was a killer, a butcher, a salted devil in the flesh. Oh, spare me your fearful bleating. Go on, scamper away now before the scary mercenary comes to claim your head. Koana told me the news. You found the abductor then? What's the situation? And you think the bandits were hired by this hoobagoo? Alright, new strategy. Forget Wakesa and stay on the Mambuljaw's tail. We don't want to endanger the third promise, so keep your distance until we're certain we have her. I'll catch up to you as soon as I'm able. Follow the hoobagoo from a safe distance. Thank you, Tony, for the Prime sub. Yeah, I know. I already did this one, too. I don't think he'll ever see me. I think he only turns around once, and then he just starts sprinting, if memory serves. Yeah, no, you're hearing a giant laser being fired into the sky. You are indeed hearing things. You're right about that. It's just a matter of what you're hearing. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. I think you're going crazy. I wasn't out in the sun that long yesterday. Hello, Punity. Goodbye, Punity.
Better late than never.
Welcome in, Thancred. This is
That
Thancred.
Mamulja. He's the one who kidnapped Wook Lamart. So we're still unsure. If we can follow him a bit longer, confirm his connection to the abductors. That will complicate matters.
Confound it!
Good, I haven't heard Koana's voice very much, so I need to, like,
If I set
dial
out
in on
now, I can trail them along the riverbank.
Do it!
Do it!
Even if it costs you the contest.
What worth is the throne if I lose my sister to win it?
Yeah, it's not too far from where I was. If I lose my sister to win it! Alright.
Very well then. I'll send word when I locate her. Till then, I suggest you save your strength. A rescue attempt could turn ugly.
That Hubigo just now. I swear I've seen him with Gulool Ja Ja. Knowing the way that monster works, he probably hired bandits to kidnap her so he could steal her keystones.
I'm actually not too far off of this voice.
But even alone, my sister is more than a match for a gang of untrained ruffians. She must have been ambushed or deceived. Gah! I should have been there! If those bastards have hurt her!
Trust in Thancred.
I do trust him, but... Forgive me. Snapping at you won't get my sister back. I'm afraid I've always been like this when it comes to Lamachi. The thought of her being in danger sends me into...
Man, that's so strange. I don't know why this keeps happening. I just need to, like, when I just restart the stream and resend it, it works fine. It's going to make chopping this up a little annoying, and I'm going to need to voice that last little bit that he just did, since obviously that was cut out. Since I have no idea what's happening. I'm just randomly losing connection to everything. Well, almost everything, which is why I'm pretty sure it's a restream thing. Alright. Anyway, I gotta continue where I left off.
During one such migration, my birth parents left me behind, a child, all alone, without a single word of explanation.
It'll automatically play through the next one in a second. Oh, or maybe it won't. Oh, actually, this line was really long. Yeah, that's why.
A chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, He taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stallkeeper in Tuliyolal's market. And that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamachi came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. So, as you might now understand, I will stop at nothing to rescue her. While we await word from Thancred, I suggest we prepare ourselves to travel downriver. You have a boat, yes? Why release the Poniti if not to delay pursuit? If we were unsure of their guilt before, then this surely proves it. Before we act, however, let us regroup with your comrades. Would you mind making the call?
You got it, pal.
Understood. We'll meet you at many fires.
Flo, listen. Somebody challenged me to make what I considered the most hideous bun boy imaginable. And I achieved that. Stump, thank you for the sub. Sergeant Death, thank you for the sub. Hello, Fargan. Hopefully my stream doesn't go down too many more times. I'm trying to check to see, because this is obviously, I'm going to have to do a little bit of editing to get this on YouTube. It's going to be a little broken up, and I need to be very, very quick about noticing when something like that happens, because I need to stop the story progress briefly. So hopefully that doesn't continue, because that's messing with my vibes, yo. How am I just now doing it? Because I skipped all of it on launch, and now I'm doing it on my second character.
I may have put rescuing Lamachi ahead of my own progress, but do not take that to mean I've given up on the contest. You understand how important she is to me. Yet regardless of how close we were, I would have made the same choice. After all, if I am incapable of saving my sister while also winning the throne, then I am not fit to inherit our father's heavy mantle. We need to gather our forces. Firstly, allow me to brief everyone on our present situation. Thus, at the very least, we believe this Hoopigu knows where Lamachi has been taken. Thancred is shadowing their boat even as we speak, and I should like to join him with all haste. Unfortunately, our quarry had the foresight to release your punity from his harness, leaving us without a means to give pursuit. Erenville, as an expert on wildlife, what are our chances of recapturing the beast?
No, it's crashing on everything. It's my entire like multi-stream thing goes down. So I assume it's their service that's screwing up. With the right mix of feed, it can be done. I should like an extra hand to help scatter it about, however.
Would you accompany him, Slaka? Meanwhile, the rest of us should work on getting the harness repaired. It appears to have been damaged when the punity was let loose. With the peddlers here in the camp, we should have little trouble purchasing replacement materials. As for any necessary metalwork, Earthen Shire's artisans are but a short walk away. Then let us divide the tasks and have at it. There was an unusually aggressive herd of wild punities downriver, so our girl will have fled in the opposite direction. Come, we'll try the waters upriver.
Okay. Let me grab those currents while I'm here. Oh, I actually missed one to the north over there. Should be one other one. It's fine. They'll send me back that way eventually anyway. And flying's not super... by the time I can fly, obviously I'll have left the zone anyway.
Assuming our punity has come this way, she'll be hiding in the depths of Marsh Legaka. We'll need to lure her back to the shallows with the promise of food. Wild punities eat mainly aquatic grasses and plants, but the tame ones are often fed vegetable scraps. Knowing this, I added leftovers to the feed I prepared. This should help the mixture stand out against the marsh's natural scent. Legaka is crawling with predators, however, so I'll leave it to you to scatter the feed deeper in. I'll be waiting for you near the shallows with the rest of our punity's enticing feast.
No, do not prepare feet. Yeah, I know where this one is. This one's here. No, no feet time. Absolutely not time for feet. I'm so glad I get to hear this. I only get to hear the first, like, minute or so of it. But I'm glad I get to hear it every time. So, true story. Tacos were also a purely tank food in Final Fantasy XI, Veltus. Fun little bit of trivia there. Well, I mean, every mount can hover on water when you can fly. And not when you can't. Like how the other meat distracted me from the correct feed. Hello, swamp monks. Oh, Aaronville. God, my long hair is so annoying. All set? I've just finished laying out the last of the bait. Step back out of sight and leave the rest to me. Oh. Here she is. Shh, there's nothing to be afraid of. We just need your help one more time. You're hungry, I wager. Come on, come with me. Yes, There's a good girl. We'll be fine here, I think. I'll give her a few more treats, then lead her over to the boat. You can let Koana know we have our impunity back. Oh, did Twitter lose it to that line? I didn't even think about it. I more so associate it with, like, I don't know, like there's like some movie quotes. I guess as a pet owner, I don't know, I just think of my pets like, hey, aloha. Or like my friend's dog that I used to take care of in college. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? I'm going to say that to chat from now on. Yes. That's a good girl. That's a good chat. Earthen has the punity in hand then. Good. I expected nothing less from a certified gleaner. As for the harness, we were able to purchase all the parts we need. The Levier twins are over in Earthen Shire right now, having the Potsworn make the repairs. I'm told it shouldn't take long. We'll be ready to embark on our rescue mission as soon as we hear from Thancred. Thancred must know something by now. You found her. Understood. Thank you. I had but to invoke his name. Thancred followed the Hubagu's boat to its destination and confirmed that they are indeed holding my sister captive. They, of course, being Dueling Ja Ja and his minions. I swear I'll make them regret this. Lamachi is in rich leaf tunnels. The moment the harness is repaired, we strap in the punity and make our way back to Iukatumu. Blackstraw, thanks for the 105 months. Thank you for the prime. Hey, where is this idiot?
Thancred. The third promise is up ahead. She's unharmed, but we best not dally.
Hey, let Wuklamot go.
I spit on these pathetic feats. Far more satisfying to claim the baubles by force.
Give it back! Fantain poured his everything into that stone. You've no right to touch it.
Oh, was that the name of your artisan? How could you allow something so precious to be stolen?
You thieving cheat! You're no true claimant!
What does that make the foolish kitty who fell into my trap? If pitiful roars were all it took to claim the throne, you'd be first in line.
Now, brother. You shouldn't tease her. Look, the poor thing's on the verge of tears.
Listen, that's just because she's passionate about it.
Meow. Someone save me.
Just shot him in the side of the head.
His scales are as thick as his skulls.
Coward! You dare ambush me?
Did you just call us cowards?
'Tis the blessed sibling's favored tactic.
That useless Bune was sycophant. He was supposed to keep the lackeys running in circles.
Oh, you must tell me all about that.
Careful now. You wouldn't want to hit our hostage.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to mess you up big time.
That one's not to be underestimated.
At least he knows.
They can do nothing while we have.
This is Thancred. How does she go fly? I mean, he threw her up, but still. What a reaction. Nice slide. That's a long slide.
Impeccable timing.
Amachi, are you all right?
Yeah, he's not physically built for that.
Aye, thanks to you.
These weaklings think they can defy us? We'll slaughter the lot of them!
Patience, brother. The keystone is ours. There is no need to fight this day. And Dueling Ja Ja has left us hurting.
No! I won't stop until I gut these maggots and feed them their entrails!
Well, that's certainly not the most
If we fall
attractive
here,
thing.
we fail our siblings for nothing. Is that what you want?
No, brother. Break off! We retreat!
Wait! Damn you, Bakul Jaja!
Man, this guy's watched Dragon Ball Z. Hit him with the solar flare. Run away.
Do we give chase?
We head back. Amachi is safe. And that is what matters.
Yeah, you're not built for things like that, Koana. By the way, if my stream disconnects again, I'm probably going to just go live on Twitch. I'll probably turn off restream because I think that's what was doing it. Hopefully it's not something that occurs again, but if it does, I'll probably just only go live on Twitch. Oh. I am glad to see you unharmed, Lamachi. Thanks again for coming to my rescue, Koana. It's been a... Has it? No, I think it's been fine on here. I think on platform number 4, it's been A-okay. It's only been on Restream. Thanks again for coming to my rescue, Koana. And all of you too. Bakul Ja Ja must be desperate indeed to resort to such aggressive tactics. I shouldn't have been so careless. I underestimated him and it cost me a keystone.
Fantain upended his life so that I could accomplish the Moblin's feat. He believed in me, believed in my cause, and I've let him down.
So we take back what was stolen.
Yes, we'll do exactly that. The next time I meet that brute, I'll knock him straight on his scaly behind and take back my keystone. Speaking of vengeance, didn't Dueling Ja Ja curse some useless Bunewa sycophant when he caught sight of us? A reference to Sariel Ja, I would assume. He is devoted to our brother and is the only Bunewa I know participating in the rite of succession. If Zoro Ja was somehow involved in this, I will never forgive him for putting our sister in danger. He will have forfeited his right to call me brother. Ahem. Dueling Ja Ja should face punishment, of course, but so must the bandits who had temerity to abduct Lamachi. I shall request that Father send a contingent of Landsguard to enforce the law in this region. I agree that measures need to be taken to keep travelers safe, but I wonder what pushed these people towards a life of banditry in the first place. If we dig deeper, we might find a way to improve things for everyone. It is something to think about. For now, however, the rite continues. I thank you all for your help. We should be moving on as well. Are you feeling fit to travel, Wuklamat? You bet I am. Zoro Ja's gained a good head start, and it's time we clawed back some lost ground. Oh, it went again. All right. Yeah, no, it just keeps going offline. All right, all right. Oh, no. That one's been fine. That one's been the one that's actually the one that has been working. Spooky. Yeah. So I should be live on Twitch again, and now I'm only on Twitch and TikTok. I'm gonna leave the multi-streaming out again until tomorrow, or maybe I'll try to do it tonight after I'm done recording a few things. Let me give that a minute. That should hopefully be the last time. This will answer some questions. If it doesn't disconnect now, then it was absolutely the other service. So hopefully that's the last one. I feel bad for the people over on YouTube who are gonna get kind of like a rough cut edit that I'll have to have it explained, because I mean I'm uploading all this to YouTube anyway, so if anyone misses it, it'll be fine. The entire thing will be there. It's interesting that it's only started happening today, though, when today is the one day I've tried something new, so I do wonder if the two are related slightly, but I think it's fine for the most part. I'll be making some other adjustments for tomorrow. No, so I think what's happening is so one of two things is happening. Either something's going wrong with my OBS's ability to broadcast, or the multi-stream service that I use is having issues with their servers. One of the two. So I'm going to give it a second, and then I'm going to continue the MSQ. Yeah, it's just Insta offline, which is why I think it's the multi-stream service. Aloha. You can't listen. I'm the one whining aloha. It can't also be you. Hopefully that's the last one, though.
Yeah, it just means it's a hard DC. Yeah, I am, Lass. But even still, just because it says it's fine doesn't mean it's fine. Favorite zone? My favorite zone, I think it's Shalwani. Shalwani, I like how flat it is. I like how simple it is. Yeah, just because a service says they're fine doesn't mean they are fine. Yeah. I can tell you that Yaktel's verticality makes it my least favorite. It's not even like a bad zone. It's just that Yaktel is kind of annoying to navigate, especially the first time through. Just because of the way it's like spread out and the verticality itself. All right. Without flying, yeah, Yaktel before flying is really bad. It's got great music, and once you have flying, it's like no different than any other zone. But that initial impression, for me, is worse than the other zone's initial impressions. That's really it. All right, time to continue. I think the last line of the previous quest was cut off. It was just, Woklamat saying, we're going to continue going forward, obviously. I am really sorry this happened. From now on, I won't let my guard down around suspicious strangers. And again, I do appreciate you all coming to save me. The road beckons, friends. Let's be on our way to the Yakhui. Then it's back to where the path through the mountains begin. You remember, the spot where you were tricked into walking off with Wakesa. Oh. Thank you, Spooky. I didn't recognize the symbol since I'm not super used to that yet. Thank you. Just going to rub my face in it like that, eh? I wonder if he's raising my hackles on purpose, though. Trying to keep my anger directed at him instead of myself. Either way, we can't be standing around here all day. We have a lot of lost time to make up for. That's correct, Kino. Yeah, I'm not used to seeing coins on TikTok, so I was like, what is that? Yeah, the big indicator that it was the multi-streaming platform was that I never went down on TikTok a single time. Yeah, I might change the setup, though, for the TikTok part of the stream. I think I'll make it vertical. I'm kind of afraid to scrunch the game, but it's better than making people turn their phones, probably. Which I didn't even know that you could technically do until, like, a week ago when I was talking with a friend of mine. Because she does TikTok stuff, and I was just like, how does it work for you? And I was just, like, asking her a bunch of questions. It's just good to be in as many places as possible, Silent. It's one of those, I literally already have the tools to do it. It's no harm doing it. It's the same reason why I have streams on 4 different platforms at this point. Twitch allows it, and I plan to make full use of it. I couldn't leave without letting Redorock know what happened, so I stopped into Earthen Shire to say a few words before moving on. And now Aaronville's nowhere to be seen. Couldn't he wait a few more moments? So much for giving him the benefit of the doubt. Come on, let's catch up. I want to give that smug gleaner a piece of my mind. I'm worried Wuklamat would agonize over the loss of her keystone, but it seems I had nothing to be concerned about. Onwards and upwards, then. Hello, all of Urkopacha.